And we've talked a lot already about people, but it is the fundamental area of the business. Who are the people? And I'm sure you would agree that actually, however hard you analyse the figures, if you don't have the people who are going to be able to drive the business, then it's not going to work. And therefore, putting a couple of CVs in the back of a business plan as an appendix doesn't work for me. You have to explain not only who the people are, but why they are the right people for the business. Why do their experience and skills match what the job is going to be in the business? What are the gaps in the business? And I think one of the best reasons for going out to raise money is to recruit people who you couldn't reasonably afford to recruit yourself, and that are very expensive people that you need to bring in order to create that vision that you want. And I don't think anybody would have any quarrel with that who puts up finance for business. So identifying the gaps in the management team, identifying what you're going to be able to do over time. So as the business grows, what areas are you going to have to fill? For example, in early stage businesses, generally the biggest gap is that they don't have any finance director. There's nobody who actually understands and drives the finances of the business. And it may be that you take on somebody part-time, maybe that you take on somebody in a consulting capacity, but that sort of area, it might be in the sales area. If you don't have the sales ability, how are you going to create somebody who's going to go out and actually drive the sales in a meaningful manner? And so hiding the gaps in a business plan doesn't do much. It doesn't help anybody, because you need to be showing that you understand this business. That is the most important thing, that you understand what is going to make this business work or fail. And all these points, which we brought up in the first part of the session, will be directly relevant. And that doesn't mean that this is the only section in which you talk about people. People should go through the whole plan. Wherever you're talking about sales, distribution, operations, throughout you need to be explaining why you have got the people who are going to make this happen. And then we come to this great section which gets people very edgy about financial model. Now, those of you who feel very concerned about how you create a financial model should take themselves on a course of which there are many, something along the lines of finance for non-financial managers. It's not that you need to understand how to be an accountant, but I don't believe that you can start or run a business without understanding what a financial model is. And that's not about the technical aspects of it. It's about understanding why it matters. There are lots of software tools, of which a couple you can find on our website, but there are lots of technical tools which will allow you to build a financial model. Microsoft Excel is a wonderful product and will enable you to create reams and reams of spreadsheet of completely meaningless information if you don't understand what goes into it and why. Which leads to one of the great statements by one of my professors at London Business School, when he looked at a business plan and exclaimed that the only connection between the words and the numbers was a staple. What actually matters in a business plan, in the financial model? Can anybody tell me the most important thing in an early stage business in the financial model? What is the most important thing?
Cash flow.
I think that came from various people who are already running a business, which gives me some indication they have a bitter experience that what matters critically is cash. Which is why it amazes me that I frequently see business plans which have profit and loss forecasts and no cash flow projections. So can somebody explain to me the difference between a profit and loss forecast and a cash flow forecast? and preferably in one word, because I can do it in one word.
Solvency.
Well, that may be the result, but it isn't quite what I'm getting at.
Your statement.
Timing is the difference, and I will demonstrate it in this way. If I'm selling this pen, there are various ways in which I can sell that pen. I can sell it to you now for £1, and you give me £1, in which case the profit and loss forecast